We are live from the Raider Rock Gym on the campus of Riverdale High School for some varsity basketball action between your Riverdale Raiders as they take on the Labelle Cowboys. Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in to the Riverdale Raiders Broadcast Network. This is Nick Rush giving you the commentary of tonight's game, once again live from Riverdale in Fort Myers, Florida. It is senior night here at Riverdale High School. Plenty of great seniors on this ball club who we will tell you about in just a moment. Here is your toss-up, and it's going to be barely kept in by the Raiders. Jacob Tracy, that is, as the Raiders move from right to left across your computer screen. They are wearing their white home uniforms, garnet red script numbers on the front and back, white pants with the garnet and gold stripe running down the sides. And meanwhile, the Labelle Cowboys are going to be wearing their red uniforms, white numbers on the front and back, and red pants. 30 seconds into your contest just underway, where your score is 0-0. Raiders in the attacking end, but the ball is going to go out of play for your first stoppage with 7:24 left to go. Once again, we are scoreless. The Cowboys from Labelle High School, they're coached by head coach Zach Ward. Here's your starting lineup. Number 2, Enrique Hernandez. Number 10, Denelson Cassius, Number 12, Jordan Lopez. Number 24, Angel Vargas. And number 41, Amir Yates. Meanwhile, for the Riverdale Raiders, it's going to be number 1, Daniel Malivert, number 3, Jaquez Dickerson, number 4, Jacob Tracy, number 21, Dean Wilson, and finally, number 23, David Johnston. And like usual, the Raiders are coached by head coach Damon Jones as well as assistant coach Vernon Brazil. It's still scoreless as we are now 1 minute into your senior night contest. Raiders still at the offensive end. Long jumper shot from up the gut by Jacob Tracy, where the ball is going to bounce into the hands of Labelle as they bring it down the opposite end. Let's take a look at some of your seniors for the Riverdale Raiders. Just a few moments before the ball game, we have had a little bit of a nice ceremony for the many seniors on the Riverdale Ball Club, and here they are as I read down the roster. Number 1, Daniel Malivert. Number 3, Jaquez Dickerson. Number 11, Jared Tracy. Number 12, Jamel Chang. Number 15, Miguel Vieira. Number 21, Dean Wilson. Number 23, David Johnston. And Mark Stanberry, number 32. And those are your seniors that were honored before this ball game. It's still 0-0, 6:10 left to go on your first of 4 8-minute quarters. There's a jumper shot, and it's going to be failed by number 4 on the play. Here come the Raiders, the opposite end. Dean Wilson at the left. Key shot is up and in. Raiders finally put some points on the board with 5:55 remaining, and your first, it's 3-0 Raiders. Coming off from the left side, it's going to be a 3-point toss-up there from Angel Vargas is going to tip off the rim. Raiders in control again. Ball carried by Jacob Tracy as he plummets right into a defenseman on the play. Jacob Tracy rocking a brand new haircut in this game as he steps up to the free throw line off of that defensive foul from Labelle, his first shot. It is going to be good. Meanwhile, we're going to have Omar Bahamundi check into the game for the Cowboys. Raiders up 4-0. And now 5-0 as Jacob Tracy goes 2 for 2 on his free throw attempts. 5-point lead for the Raiders, currently shutting out Labelle here. It was a very nice turnout here at Riverdale High School. Stands are packed as usual. This is our last home game of the regular season, of course, with it being senior night, so fans really coming out to cheer on their Raiders as they play right at home for one last time in your 2015-16 regular season schedule. Here's Jaquez Dickerson with the jumper and the 2 points. Now a 7-point advantage for the Raiders. It's going to be tossed outside. Nice jumper on the way coming from Angel Vargas is going to be redirected away into the hands of Jacob Tracy, going big with the shot, and that's going to be incomplete. Down the opposite end, it was Marcellus Mitchell, number 4, the 6-foot senior. He can't land it either. Right now, Cowboys from Labelle High School, they're in a little bit of distress right now. They've had more than plenty of great opportunities in the offensive end, but just haven't made anything happen just yet, as Jaquez Dickerson will convert again in the paint. And with 4:18 left in your first quarter of play, the Labelle Cowboys are going to call their first timeout of the ball game. Fans giving some applause to the Raider team, who have came out hot here. They know they're up against a challenge. Both teams, though, seem pretty neutral here when it comes to the stats on paper. Riverdale Raiders are coming into the game with an 11-10 overall record. Meanwhile, Labelle is 12-10. So the team's jumping out of the huddle here, and we're ready to play some more ball. Live from the Raider Rock Gym on the campus of Riverdale High School. 4:18 left to go in your first, and the Raiders lead 9-0. Here's Labelle clearing down the opposite end with the ball. Carrying it is Jordan Lopez. Lopez is going to backhand it over to Bahamundi. Bahamundi going to Lopez. Lopez trying to get his way deep in there. And Jordan Lopez, the 6-foot senior, is able to finally put 2 on the board for the Cowboys. Cross feed to Dean Wilson. Once again, one of the many seniors on this team. He's going to fire a incomplete pass out to the right corner. And Labelle is going to regain the ball. 3:47 left on the clock. Overall, you have to admire the great pressure here by the Raiders ever since the opening tip-off. They've just been pounding it in there in the enemy zone. They've had a few struggles getting the ball into the hoop in your opening moments, but they're starting to get a little more comfy out there on the court. There's a missed shot from Mitchell. And it's going to be cleared out the opposite end by Tracy. By the way, that was Marcellus Mitchell. Also on the team, there's number 22, Marquise Mitchell. Left corner, and that's another long-distance shot from Dean Wilson, and he just brought the house down. Raiders 10-point lead here. Fans still filing into their seats, coming to see what is going to be one heck of a game, I'll tell you that already. Here's Jacob Tracy, opposite end, tries to throw in the layup. It's going to miss anyways, but there is a whistle prior to the attempt. Miguel Vieira is going to join the game along with Dante Quintella, as those two are going to hop off the sidelines. Meanwhile, heading to the benches, it's going to be David Johnston. It's going to be brought outside, right key to Jacob Tracy. He's going to slowly back up. He's being heavily guarded here by Marcellus Mitchell. Left corner to Dean Wilson. His nickname here at Riverdale is D-Will, they sometimes call him. It's going to be brought in closer to Jacob Tracy. The ball is going to be lost control of, and out of play it's going to go. 2:35 left in the first. Raiders dominating 12-2 in your opening moments of play. Marcellus Mitchell at the right corner. He's going to spin, gives the cross feed over to Jordan Lopez. Lopez trying to dance past Quintella. He's going to give it to Mitchell once again. Mitchell trades back over. Lopez with the 3. That's going to barely hobble outside. Jacob Tracy slowly trots out the center. It's the give and go over to Dante Quintella. Quintella off to the left side, and all of a sudden there's a stoppage here with the whistle. Looks like there is a holding foul there. That's going to go against Labelle defense from what I believe, and it looks like that's going to be the case. Jacob Tracy throwing it in from the near side. Labelle trying to encourage their team off to the shaky start. Many players on the bench trying to make some noise. Labelle bench sitting off to the left side of my broadcast position at the scorer's table. Off to the right side, it's where the Raiders sit, as usual. Here's a pass to Jaquez Dickerson from Miguel Vieira. And there's going to be an offensive foul there against Riverdale. So Labelle will take it away. It's Lopez. Lopez just moving from right to left, trying to get out of the way of Dante Quintella. All the way to the left corner to Enrique Hernandez. His shot's going to be overthrown. There was a rebound attempted by number 44, Filippo Girardi, but that's not going to go as a foul is called up against the Raider defense, so Girardi is going to step up to the line. Girardi stands in tall, the 6'3" senior for the Labelle team playing in the guard position. First shot, it's going to make its way outside. So can't convert on his opening shot. Clock frozen with 1:24 to go in your opening quarter of play. Girardi with the next one, and he can't make up for it as he goes 0 for 2 on those pair of free shots. Dante Quintella now in control of the ball, trying to get some signs from Coach Jones as he yells out some game plans for the team. He's trying to settle out his team right now. You have Jacob Tracy up on the near side, off to his complete opposite end. It's Dante Quintella. That's the cross feed to Dante. Dante outside to Vieira, trying to go for the three, and that's going to bank wide. Here's Dean Wilson down the middle. Jumps up, it's Jacob Tracy putting in your layup. Now 14-2, Raiders on top. Labelle trying to go up the middle. They hurried too fast as Lopez was in control, and he ran into a Raider defenseman, and that's going to be your whistle. Going to go against the Raider defense here as Lopez steps to the line. Lopez, his first shot is going to be too forced on. And the next one, that's also going to bank off sides. So right now, Labelle, they're having a very tough time here trying to just put in those free shots. Here's Quintella at midcourt. Half a minute to play here in your first. Dean Wilson to the left corner. Losing control of the ball. It's going to be stolen away by Vargas. His long distance pass is going to be stripped off by none other than Daniel Malivert. Shares it to Quintella. Oh, and it's taken by Labelle. 2-on-1 into the offensive zone. Rebound. And there's Andres Gonzalez coming in for point number 4 on the ball game for the Cowboys, and that does it for your first quarter of play. The Riverdale Raiders lead over the Labelle Cowboys by a 14-4 score. Live from the Raider Rock Gym on the campus of Riverdale High School. We're going to take a quick break and come back with your second quarter action right after this. We are back after a brief break, and we are ready for your second quarter of play for boys varsity basketball action live from Riverdale High School at the Raider Rock Gym. It's currently 14-4 your score and advantage of the Raiders. Riverdale going to start off the second with the ball as they move from right to left across your computer screen. Labelle from left to right. Pass from Jacob Tracy is going to be taken away by Marcellus Mitchell as he gathers the ball around the point, now off to the left side. He's going to try to hurl it over to Denelson Cassius, and there's going to be a whistle with 7:39 left to go in your first half of play. That's your first stoppage of your second quarter. So it's your first half of play coming down to its final minutes. 7:34 once again left to go, and it's your second quarter. Not sure if I got that mixed up, but just wanted to add some insurance there once again. First half, second quarter. Just wanted to make sure once again. There's a nice three-point shot, but it's going to be tipped by the Raider defense, and here they come the opposite end. It's Jacob Tracy. Backing up from center once again. He takes his time with the ball. He never seems to be in any type of hurry or a rush. And now there's a big hit on a Labelle defenseman there I believe that was Cassius falling backwards in the paint. And there's your foul with 7:04 left. Here's Labelle with the ball again. Raiders up by 10 here on senior night. Bahamundi on the right corner. Going opposite end here. Bringing it high up is Marcellus Mitchell to Bahamundi once again. Mitchell inside the Lopez at the paint. He's going to back it up to the key. It's inside once again. Labelle, they're having a hard time getting past the Raider defense. There's a long downtown shot from Lopez, and they can't make that happen either. Ball goes to the ground. There's a little bit of a wrestling match there for the ball, but that's going to be stopped quickly by the officials. A little bit of confusion here on where the players are going to be standing. It's going to be the Raiders tossing it back in from behind their own net. Oh, Jacob Tracy. He had control of the ball, but just fell down, somehow lost his balance. I imagine it may have been possible to maybe trip over something in front of the scorer's table, but right now they're calling a push against Labelle. So there must have been some contact there by a Labelle defenseman, but yeah, Tracy, he was in a hurry that time, and he just lost his balance right in front of the Labelle benches. Here's Tracy. He's back up unaffected by it. Very nice to see Tracy after he missed our last contest, which was against East Lee Jaguars. Came down very close. It was a very low-scoring game where defenses ruled. 36 to 33 was your final score. That is the lowest amount of points that the Raiders have put up in one game, 36. But either way, it was close and it was tense. But Jacob Tracy is back. He missed that game due to a leg injury that he suffered last week and the Riverdale versus Newman High School contest. So it's very nice to see him back. And the Raiders are leading 14-4. He's playing a big part of this game, as he usually does. 5:59 left to go in your second. Raiders with the comfortable lead. 14-4. Jacob Tracy, right side. And there's going to be another violation on the play. Looks like he took a hard hit there from a Labelle player. Up comes Jacob Tracy to the line. Looks calm, fires it up, and through the net. That makes it 15-4. Second shot coming up for Tracy. The next one is also up and through. Raiders with the 12-point advantage. And let me tell you this, if you let them, the Raiders definitely will make this one go out of control. So Labelle really needs to keep up the offensive pressure. They need to keep aiming for the hoop. They cannot keep their guard down. And I imagine that's most likely not the case with Labelle down by 12 points. But once again, that's just a big key here. Raiders, they definitely have their pros and cons, but they certainly are a talented team, and they know how to run the game and the score as well, if they can find a way to do it somehow. We haven't gotten to that point just yet, but here comes Jacob Tracy, and he can't grasp hold of the ball. He was trying to storm into the paint of the offensive end, but it just went right out of play as he was being hounded by, I believe that was Denelson Cassius. Outside to Malvert. Pump fake. Makes his way in from the left corner. And it is good. Nice two-pointer coming in from the paint. 5 minutes to go in your first half. Marcellus Mitchell. Left side to Jordan Lopez. High up at the key. Tries to go deep in. And there's Mitchell storming his way in for the bucket. Jacob Tracy alternating with the dribbles here. bounces it over to Malivert. Here's Johnston to Malivert. Deshaun Lane in the game now. High up, tries to sneak his way in, and this shot's going to go no good. Here's Mitchell again, but Jacob Tracy, phenomenal play as he stuck his hand up right around the glass. Said, not in my house, and now the Raiders, beautiful play as Jaquez Dickerson finishes it off, putting the ball in the hoop off of the right hand. Raiders have now reached 20 points, up by 14. There's another attempt on the way for the Raiders, but Labelle is going to grab control of it this time before things get out of control. So far in your first half, you have 7 fouls for Labelle, 4 for the Raiders. Here's another blow of the whistle. Dante Quintella coming into the game once again. This time you're going to see Jacob Tracy heading to the bench. All right, so Labelle tossing it back in from their own net, and they're going to relay it high up around center court. It's Marcellus Mitchell. Mitchell trying to cruise his way in, bouncer on the way. It's taken by the Raiders. That one didn't even reach high enough to get into the hoop. Here's Dante Quintella trying to squeeze his way in between 2 Labelle defenders, and that's going to stop the clock. And here comes Quintella, pardon me, up to the line for some more shots. I'll tell you this, with it being senior night, seniors have to enjoy how this one has been going so far. They just need to keep the gas pedal down here. They need to keep on attacking. It's as simple as that. Quintella adding 1 point on the board, hoping to follow through with a second one, and he does it. 22-6 is now your score. Raiders in the lead. 3:25 left to go in the second. Right key, opposite end of Lopez, trying to go long, and that's going to bounce very awkwardly down onto the court. Here's Quintella, trying to speed his way in to the midpoint, goes left side to Miguel Vieira. Vieira trying to pause in his tracks, goes to the right key to Malivert. Malivert barely holds it into Quintella. Quintella now running into a defenseman there, Enrique Hernandez, and that ball is finally going to go outside of the playing court. Dean Wilson bringing it back in, right side, and that's going to go right off the hands of Jaquez Dickerson. So let's see what's going to happen here. Originally, it looked like the ball went out for Jaquez Dickerson's hand, but that must not have been the case because the Raiders still have control of the ball, and there's another stop. My goodness. Well, that foul is going to go against the Raiders, so Labelle now has control. 2:40 to work with until halftime. Down low at the left corner. High up to the key, it's Mitchell. Mitchell right side to Hernandez. Now low. Deep into the key. Nice jump ball there taken by the Raiders. It's Quintella down the middle. Shares it to Malivert. Malivert trying to sink his way deeper in. Can't do it, so sends it on the outer end. It's tipped away. One-on-one breakaway. Layup is in by Enrique Hernandez. Getting right in between a pass, which was originally intended to Dean Wilson, and it was just all him. Raiders now with the ball. There's a three-pointer from Wilson. Originally, it sounded like Coach Jones for the Raiders called for a timeout, but no one heard him. Or maybe Labelle grabbed the ball in time, possibly, but He's not going to get the timeout there. Raiders now have control. And it looks like there's 90 seconds left to play. Quintella, he tripped right over a defenseman. Just got the legs locked up with him. To be exact, that was Amir Yates trying to guard up with Quintella. Coming up to the line is Quintella once again for some free throw action. Checking into the game for Labelle, Filippo Girardi coming in, subbing for Amir Yates. Quintella sends it up and off to the sides. Labelle turning it away. There's a walk-up for the ball down on the ground, a shoving contest. The refs are going to stop that one now. 1:23 left to go in the second. Raiders 22-8 advantage. Labelle handing it to Lopez. Lopez down low to Hernandez. Hernandez up to Lopez once again. Right key. Over to Marcellus Mitchell. Down low. Shot goes horribly wrong there by Angel Vargas. His shot was tipped and deflected out of play there by a Raider defenseman, but Labelle has the ball right back, and they're back to work. That's a successful shot from Lopez. 1 minute left to go until your half. Raiders up by 12. At center, it's Jacob Tracy trying to spin and fake out Marcellus Mitchell. Tracy trying to just slowly edge his way into the zone there, but official will blow the play dead. 47.4 left in the second quarter. Here's Jacob Tracy coming up for some more action at the line. A little bit of a stoppage here as the referees are going to interact with one another here. They're going to ask how many fouls they have, and okay, so we have that conflict settled out. Officials just trying to see how many fouls they have on Labelle. First shot's through with no problem. And the next one is going to be too short. Ball is going to go out of bounds, however. And who has possession? It's going to be the Raiders. It must have deflected out of bounds off of the hands of a Labelle player, so the Raiders grab control. Labelle picks it off. Carrying it deeper in was Denelson Cassius. And that's going to be a defensive violation against Labelle. It's Tracy up once again. The opening one of this pair of attempts is going to be underhanded, no good. And up next, he follows up with one right through the hoop. 40 seconds left now in your second. Stumbling around with Jordan Lopez off to the right-hand side of the Raiders zone. He's going to fall to his feet there, and the Cowboys will try again from back behind their own net. Left side, it's picked away by Jacob Tracy. There's your layup. Jacob Tracy jumping up to the net. No problem just like that. Those are some easy opportunities if you have a breakaway and there's nothing stopping you from that net. If it's just you and the net, those should be easy points. Remember to just keep that speed going and keep that control. 3 seconds left to go. Dean Wilson going for a three. Not going to reach the net. That does it for your second quarter and first half of play. Raiders looking powerful out there. 26-10 is your score. Raiders leading over Labelle. We now have your halftime break, so we'll take a quick break and we'll come back with more Riverdale Raiders boys varsity basketball action on the Riverdale Raiders Broadcast Network. We'll be right back right after this break. We return to the Raider Rock Gym on the campus of Riverdale High School for some more boys varsity basketball action between the Riverdale Raiders and the Labelle Cowboys. For your third quarter of play, we are finished with halftime, and we resume with your Riverdale Raiders leading over the Labelle Cowboys 26-10 as the score. Raiders have control of the ball as they move from left to right across to a computer screen. Labelle from right to left. Here's Jacob Tracy with the ball along the right key. Going cross feed over to Dean Wilson. Now David Johnson's going to have a look at the ball high up. Pass is picked away. It's all alone, and there's the 2-point score from Jordan Lopez. Raiders still up by 12 points here. And right now, there's some even more confusion here. Looks like there was a foul against the Raiders, and that's going to be the case here, as Labelle now has control. It's going to be Angel Vargas. Right corner, down low where Marcellus Mitchell is standing. He's now going to trade it to Amir Yates. Going all the way down his opposite end of the court where that ball is going to go wide and out of the action. Raiders now have the ball as a result of that misfortune. And complete pass is going to be luckily scooped up by the Raiders. It's Daniel Malivert there being able to save the ball. It's Jacob Tracy now in control. He falls down to his feet. I'm surprised there was not a foul there, and I think some fans were even crying for one. There's a jumper on the way from Vargas. Goes incomplete. Raiders now on the other end. Here's Jacob Tracy trying to swish it up, and he can't land it in. And now you're going to have Jacob Tracy once again stepping up for free throws as a player was blocking his way. Steps up, first shot, and he's able to put in the landing here. Now is Marcellus Mitchell standing in the way of Jacob Tracy deep in the paint as Tracy was trying to go for a layup off of his right hand. The second one's going to hobble around a bit, but lands right through the middle. Now 28-12. Your Raiders on top. At the key, it's Marcellus Mitchell. Right side over to Vargas. Vargas now. Left side to Lopez. Lopez to Mitchell. Ball bounces. And finally, there's some stop after a crazy play. Labelle, they had the ball deep in the paint. They had about 3 different attempts there, but couldn't come with a deal on any of them. So you're going to have Marcellus Mitchell taking some shots. His first one's going to tip off the glass. Now coming into the ball game, it's Amir Yates off the bench. Mitchell dribbles, looked forward. The next one up on the way is going to bounce again into the hands of the Raiders. Here's Daniel Malivert under some pressure. He's dancing all around, pass picked away. Here's Marcellus Mitchell, ball losing control. Raiders now in control. My goodness, big mad scramble for the ball. It was turned over multiple times. Raiders in control, and there's 2 points courtesy of Jacob Tracy. 5:45 left to go in the third. And there's a bouncing shot tipping off the glass. And the whistle. It's going to be Marcellus Mitchell once again taking a pair of shots. Going 0 for 2 on his last pair of attempts. The first one he nails. That cuts the Labelle deficit to 30-13. Mitchell with another good shot, but that's not going to convert properly. So Raiders have control. That time Mitchell was able to go 1 for 2. Tracy all the way on the opposite way down. Fans, they're in full form tonight here. I'm sure this is a big tradition at many, if not most, schools out there that have a basketball program. But the home crowd likes to do a lot of mind games with visiting players when they're up at the free throw line. Well, the fans are doing exactly that tonight, like they do at every game. Lopez is able to put up a pair.
4 on Miguel.
Lopez trying to go for the three-point play as he was fouled after his good shot, and he's going to go for the three-point play. Successfully cuts it to 30-16. Raiders lead, 5:17 to go on your third. Miguel Vieira sending off right side to Jacob Tracy. Tracy's going to step forward, backs up again. Both coaches trying to manage their teams here. Very tense moment of this ball game. Raiders are all in control, but right now the Raiders are just they're playing good basketball, but Coach Jones and the coaching staff of the Riverdale team, they do a great job in making sure that these guys keep playing and don't stop playing. Well, Dean Wilson was about to throw the ball in. There may have been some confusion there, and officials are going to switch the guys out, and it turns out Labelle is going to regain possession and not the Raiders. 5 minutes left in quarter number 3. Down low at the left corner, it's Bahamundi who ships it up to Lopez. Lopez going for the three, and it looks like he was standing right on the line, so they're going to count it just as a short two-pointer there, but at first it looked like a little bit of a three-pointer almost, and there was a layup attempt coming from Tracy, and he's not going to stick the landing, but there is David Johnston spiking away that ball, attempted off the hands of number 44, Filippo Girardi. Girardi begging for the ball as it's thrown back in by Alberto Villa. That may be Villa. I apologize if I have that incorrect. And there's another whistle. My goodness, this has been a game filled with stoppages. Game filled with fouls as well. That's the main reason behind it. A lot of passing miscues by both teams, and overall, this has been a very slow-moving third portion of play. Labelle now in control. Marcellus Mitchell. Right key to Jordan Lopez. Lopez backing up as the fans get noisy. The Riverdale High School cheerleaders trying to pump up both the players and the crowd. It was Mitchell trying to slip his way through off to the left key. He's knocked over, and the Raiders will continue with the ball in their control here, throwing it back in from behind their own zone. Out in front of the scorer's table, it's Jacob Tracy. Getting a bullet pass right off the hands of Jaquez Dickerson. Dean Wilson outside to Daniel Malivert. Malivert standing right on the line under too much pressure, so he is going to put the give and go over to Dean Wilson. Tried to go to the paint. Incomplete pass. Is going to go outside to the court. Lopez now goes speeding down the opposite end. It's Angel Vargas. Vargas jumping outside to Mitchell, and there's your long out-of-town shot. It's good. And look at this, Labelle slowly making a comeback. It's 30-21 in advantage of the Raiders. Lopez picking off another pass, but Dean Wilson's going to put his hands on Lopez to kill the time. At one point, the Raiders were leading this contest by 14. Now they're up by only 9. But recently here in your third quarter, the Raiders have started to develop a few problems here that really affected their playing ability. And there's Jaquez Dickerson with the ball. He's going to be touched up on by a Labelle defenseman. Thank you for tuning in to the Riverdale Raiders broadcast network for tonight's boys varsity basketball contest. Raiders up over Labelle 30-21 here on Senior Night live from the Raider Rock Gym on the campus of Riverdale High School. This is Nick Rush giving you the play-by-play action. Here's Daniel Malivert standing in off to the left side, tried to spin and take a shot. That's going to ring off the iron. Coach Jones visibly frustrated here with his team. Ball drops to the ground. Jaquez Dickerson is going to pick it up. And the Raiders are now going to have possession. Dante Quintella weaving in and out of the lanes, trying to go inside to David Johnson. Pass is going to be right into the hands of Lopez. Lopez now bringing it down the opposite side of the court for Labelle. 2:30 left to play in your third. Marcellus Mitchell, left key, now down the middle to Vargas. Vargas going deep in the paint. It's going to tip its way outside once again to Mitchell. Mitchell going high up. Shot is going to hit the glass. You're going to have Jacob Tracy grab the ball up, but by the time he's able to do anything with it, Coach Jones calls a timeout, and that's the very wise thing to do. Raiders up 30-21. With so little time left to go in your third. Right now things have started to slip, and it's the perfect time, at least in my honest opinion, to call a timeout. So let's see if the Raiders can settle some things out and they can keep things going, keep the pace up, the energy, the momentum, you name it, because they've been slipping up. Right now 30 seconds left to go on this timeout. Fans are waiting for play to continue while the cheerleaders once again trying to keep everything lively here at the Raider Rock Gym. And of course they always do a great job keeping these fans involved. A very nice basketball atmosphere here each and every game of the season. And with this being your final game of the 2015-16 regular season schedule, it really does make you look back and appreciate all those huge moments that the Raiders have had throughout the season. Right now, as far as I know, it is undetermined on whether the Raiders are going to be making district playoffs or not. That's a story for another day anyhow. And once again, that's to be determined. The only thing the Raiders can do at this point is just play basketball, finish this game out on a high note, as well as their upcoming visiting game versus North Fort Myers, which we'll tell you about in just a few moments. Another picked away pass by Lopez as he is going to jam it through the net. Jacob Tracy, right corner, slips up and steps out of bounds. Fans starting to grow frustrated at their hometown team. Many Labelle fans, anyhow, are in attendance of the ball game, and they're very happy with how their team's been able to come back. Labelle started carrying the ball out of their own zone as it was dribbled away by Jordan Lopez, but the officials are going to sound the whistle, and they're going to retry that again. Standing outside is going to be Jordan Lopez as he picks up the ball. Left corner, it's going to be Mitchell. Shot is going to be too forced upon. You're going to see Daniel Malivert sliding out to play there in a bizarre change of events. Right now, the Raider team, they're just looking a little bit tired out there. Labelle, they're starting to grow some energy. They're a little more motivated, and they see that lead by the Raiders. They're only up by 7 points, and they think this game is anything but over. At first, they had some not-so-proud moments in the first half where the Raiders really took over, but things are turning around in the opposite direction. Here's it. Denelson Cassius. All the way down to David Johnson with the one-hand jam. That's exactly what the Raiders needed. Just an extra pair of points to really get them back into the swing of things. That was the first time they picked up a bucket in quite a couple of minutes here at the court. The Cowboys have the ball. It's Denelson Cassius. 1 minute left to play in your third quarter, and it's been a very lengthy portion of play at that. Right corner, it's Cassius. And right there, it's going to be an offensive foul against Labelle. Going backwards is Daniel Malivert on the play. .54 seconds left on the clock. Jaquez Dickerson. Oh my goodness. That was right off the knee of Jacob Tracy and out of play. Labelle now has the ball as a result of that miscue, and those are big game-changing things, those small mistakes, and you're just tossing the ball back into the action. Now Dante Quintella is going to crash right into Mitchell there as the ball is going to spiral its way all the way down to the opposite end, and that's going to run out of real estate as the clock is frozen again. It's Cassius to Lopez. Lopez up against the near side, entering the offensive zone. He stops. Cross court to Mitchell. Three-pointer on the way, ticks away. It was off the hands of Adrian Gonzalez. Raiders back with the ball with 26 seconds to play in your third quarter. Quintella feeds it outside to Jacob Tracy. Malivert deep into Dickerson, barely keeps it in bounds. High up at the left key to Dante Quintella, who throws his hands up as there is another violation of play. Labelle with the ball. Nice speed being put up by the Raiders on the offense, but they need to just alternate. Keep coming up with some fast-paced speed. Keep going with the good offense and passing, you name it, but don't go fast to the point where you're just struggling to even shoot the ball. So Labelle right there, it was Marcellus Mitchell putting up a three-point shot from the right corner. And all of a sudden, at the end of your third quarter of play, we have a ball game again. It's 32-28. Raiders in the lead over the Labelle Cowboys. Raiders have had the lead this entire game, but right now, Labelle, they're doing a great job saying, hey, this isn't over. We have another 8 minutes of regulation to play. We're still in this. I'm very excited to see how this fourth quarter is going to go. We'll find out right after a break on the Riverdale Raiders Broadcast Network. The break is over, and we are ready for your fourth and final quarter of regulation here at the Raider Rock Gym at Riverdale High School. Raiders up over Labelle 32-28 on senior night here for boys varsity basketball action. Raiders have had the lead this entire game, but that third quarter, it seems the entire play, or portion of play, went Labelle's way. Right now, the Raiders deal the ball out at center court. It's Jacob Tracy, the Malivert, left key. He's being heavily guarded here by Marcellus Mitchell. Mitchell now on the back of Malivert. Malivert just trying to get out of that jam. He does so successfully by sending the ball to Tracy. Tracy now colliding with some players. Play still continues. Right side to Dante Quintella, and they're saying he stepped out of bounds. Right now you're seeing the Labelle bench come to life right now. They're starting to celebrate. They're starting to really feel the pressure and momentum of this ball game because it's all shifted in the Cowboys' direction. That time, Quintella was right on the right corner, and he was being forced out of bounds by the Labelle defense. He just had no space to carry the ball. He stepped out. Big pop from the Labelle fans as Enrique Hernandez is going to sink another three-pointer, and another three follows up. Dean Wilson keeps the Raider fans in their seats, 35-31. There's another long one, and that one goes in. My goodness. That time it was Jordan Lopez. It is... Oh my goodness. This is unbelievable. You had the three-pointer for Labelle. Another one followed up by Dean Wilson, but Labelle quickly responded with another long shot from the midpoint. Raiders trying to jam it in the paint. There's a foul against Labelle, so up to the line comes David Johnston. Johnston, the senior on this team. Johnston is a 6'5" senior. First shot is money. The next one is going to bank wide, but it's turned over by Jaquez Dickerson, and he sails it through. Raiders up by 4, 6:23 left to go in regulation. Jaquez Dickerson carrying it out. David Johnson always playing a big part of these Raider basketball games. Here he is again with a jam. Fans for Riverdale, they're starting to get crazy now. They are feeling the energy of Raider basketball again. Big defense chant coming on the way. As carrying the ball is Mitchell. Mitchell at the left key. Mitchell still spins around, sinking his way deeper outside, going for a three is going to be Hernandez. It doesn't make contact with the net. There's your whistle. 5:40 left to go in regulation. Raiders up by 6 points. Jaquez Dickerson. He's going to spike it over to Jacob Tracy. Tracy off to the left side to Dean Wilson. Now up to Malver. Malver, coast to coast three, and that banks off the iron again. That attempt from Dean Wilson. Here's Jacob Tracy. Tracy forcing his way past Mitchell. I think he barely picked up the foul. Sorry. And here comes Tracy up after that foul from Mitchell. Shot is the money ball. 41-34, Raiders advance to lead as Tracy prepares for a second shot. The next one, it bounces up and away. Tracy outside again. Raiders continue control. Inside to Miguel Vieira. His shot is too low. Already rushing down the court is Jordan Lopez. Raiders steal that one away. Pass picked away by Labelle. There's the Raiders again. This is some sloppy play. Here's Labelle again. Right now, you have Coach Jones crying for a timeout. There's a foul. And right now, Coach Jones is protesting his case to a referee. This game is absolute madness. A lot of turnovers, you name it. It's been a struggle for both of these teams. What an ending this is going to be. It can go either way from here on out. Labelle may be down by only 7 points, but they have more than plenty of time to work with. 4:38, anything can happen in this period of time. Bahamundi off to the left side, going for the three attempted there was Enrique Hernandez from the left corner. Dean Wilson is going to toss it on over. It's stolen by Labelle. My goodness, this is frustrating if you are a Raider fan. Very hard to watch. Turnover after turnover. Long one, spikes wide from Bahamundi. And right now, Coach Jones, he's trying very hard to get the officials to notice him because he can't seem to get a timeout call. And finally, there it is. He gets the timeout he was looking for. What a way to end the regular season. I'll tell you this, well, this is the home opener. The season is not officially done after this game. We'd like to remind you that after tonight's game, the Raiders have one more game remaining on the regular season schedule. That's going to be on the road on Thursday, January 28th, when they face off at the North Fort Myers Red Knights, a team that is 5-13 on the season. So Raiders hoping to end the home schedule on a high note, but also the regular season schedule altogether on Thursday night. So be sure to come out and cheer on your Raiders on the road if you are willing to make the trip. Timeout expired. 4:04 left in the fourth. 41-34, Raiders on top of Labelle. Jacquez Dickerson inside to Malivert. Malivert on the near side. Daniel sneaks his way across center. It's tipped up and away on the hands of Jordan Lopez. He's trying to go all the way down to the right corner, and that ball is going to lose control. Labelle out at center court. It's Marcellus Mitchell. Mitchell, left key to Bahamundi. Now to Mitchell again, a 6-foot senior, leaps up. Makes that one on the free throw line, 41-36, as he's able to put in the pair. There's another wrestling match for the ball on the ground, and Labelle gets what they want as they have the ball. So there's going to be another timeout. This time, anyhow, it's going to go against Labelle. They've really had one heck of a third quarter. They came into the fourth quarter with a bang, capitalizing off of the many mistakes of the Raiders team. But right now, it's just great that the Raiders realize that they know what situation they're in. They're hoping they can keep this lead going till the end. And the way to do that is to just keep playing great basketball, offensively and defensively as well. Do whatever you can, basically, to keep the lead out of the hands to Labelle. 3:25 to work with for the Cowboys. Mitchell trying to leap up. His shot's not going to count. Play was stopped dead before the shot, and it didn't even make it anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered, but Marcellus Mitchell now stepping up for free throw shots. He'll have two here on the play. And he's ready. That's going to tip off the net. It looks like he was only going for one, pardon me, not two. So only one there, and he could make it happen. Dean Wilson going for the three. It's too short. It's Marcellus Mitchell again. Getting his arms up, but his shot's not going to convert. Back and forth action we go at Riverdale High School. 3 minutes to play. Jacquez Dickerson at center court. To Tracy, right side. Down low to the key. It's Dean Wilson having to sprawl out. Barely keeping his balance, trying to keep the ball in the play. It's up by Malivert and through by Malivert. 43-36, Riverdale leads. Here it's Jordan Lopez swishing it over the Filippo Girardi. And there's a downtown shot from the left key, sunk in. Jacquez Dickerson, the Malivert, get those arms up. Rebound, he scores for the two. Mitchell's ready to go. Left side, into the paint. Swisher is going to be put on the board. Raiders 4-point advantage here. Miguel Vieira. Vieira holds the ball. He lost control as Mitchell rammed right into him. And that's going to go against Mitchell. Coming up into the ball game, number 31, Alberto Villa.
along with Angel Vargas. It's up. And that shot's going to be redirected wide there by Miguel Vieira. What a night it's been. I am absolutely blown away by what one heck of a senior night it's been at Riverdale High School. Shot number one, can't make it work out. You can't make the second one work either. All right, so Labelle, they're down by a two-possession game. 1:47 to go. It's now one possession as the layup was provided by Marcellus Mitchell with 1:42 left in the game. Miguel Vieira up on the line once again. After a little bit of a brief stoppage in the action. Hobbles around, but eventually lands right up and through. That foul, the guilty party, was number 24, Angel Vargas from the Cowboys. Miguel winds up, sends it outside. Now Labelle, they take it in, they're down by 3. Layup, nope, not today. Here's Riverdale, no, Labelle has it again, 3, they tie it. Marcellus Mitchell ties this game at 46 apiece. Oh my, and we have a whistle and a stoppage with 1:25 left to go. Now this is where it gets down to business, folks. 85 seconds in regulation, and any team can take the cake right here. I'm sure both coaches are under high stress here. Is this Vieira up on the line again? Yes, it is. My goodness. He's had quite a few opportunities up there at the free throws. Can he give the Raiders back the lead? No, not on this attempt at least. The good news is he can make it happen on this next one. But Vieira, I'm sure he's under a lot of stress as well. No doubt about it. This can be a game changer right here. Very dangerous. Vieira, no, he can't make it either time. Here's Labelle with a big chance to take the game with 1:17 left. And there's a timeout for Labelle. Raiders can really thrive off of this timeout as well, even though it was spent by Labelle. The Cowboys are going to try to come up with a game plan to take the lead and maybe even the game, but the Raiders, this gives some time for Coach Jones to really settle out a game plan for the defense and take this one. So it's going to come right down to business here, folks. This is it. Great fans hanging around. We've had more than plenty of close games like this throughout the season. It really has been fun calling these highly contested games. These are two very equal teams, especially when you look on paper. Like I mentioned earlier this evening, you have the Labelle Cowboys 12-10 this year. Raiders, on the other hand, they're 11-10. Labelle, they're coached by Zach Ward, trying to do whatever he can to put Labelle back on top here as time runs thin in the contest. Coach Jones sends his guys back out on the court. Both coaches are in their second year with the schools. 1:16 left in the game, so even if the Raiders were to fall underneath here, they still have some time to work with to make things right. Here we go. Labelle with the ball. It's Marcellus Mitchell. Mitchell down the middle, killing a few seconds off the clock. Right side, opposite end. Going big is Andres Gonzalez. He faked the shot and he's going to send it outside. So Labelle trying to reload here. It's low. Now deep in the paint. Layup is good. From Jordan Lopez. Labelle takes their first lead of the game. Jacob Tracy hustling down the court, layup, evens it up. We're back at 48, and Jacob Tracy, he is the definition of clutch. We're back at 48, folks. 33 seconds left. Labelle with the ball. Half a minute to work with here, and your ball game. It's Mitchell. Mitchell, right side. To Lopez. Lopez dancing past Jacob Tracy. He's still at the midpoint. Now he's out at center court. They're wasting time trying to go for some sort of buzzer beater. Outside, three is bouncing wide. Raiders have it. Raiders have the ball. Here's Dean Wilson. And now Tracy going for a buzzer beater. No. And we are going to overtime, folks. Unbelievable. It's your first overtime game here at the Raider Rock Gym this season. Fans loving every minute of it. And at first it looked like the Raiders were going to fall under there, but Jacob Tracy was able to make things happen, tying it up at 48. We'll have an additional overtime quarter right after this. What an intense and exciting ball game it has been on senior night at the Raider Rock Gym. We head into overtime between the Riverdale Raiders and the Labelle Cowboys as we are deadlocked at a 48-48 score. We'll continue things with this additional quarter with a tip-off at center court. Jaquez Dickerson standing in, going up against Amir Yates. 4-minute overtime quarter is on the way. And that's how it's going to go. Let's see if we have a winner by the end of this madness. Dean Wilson going to touch up on it first, drops it back to Jacob Tracy. Tracy down the middle. This is some tense basketball we have right here, folks. Right side, down low, Maliver wide open jumper, too far, rebound from Jaquez Dickerson is good, and it's 50-48. Labelle with control. Deep into the paint. It's crowded, but Lopez is able to put in a layup himself. Banking it off the glass. Malivert to Dickerson. Dickerson fighting his way past defenseman. David Johnston spins, shoots, no. Rebound is not going to go. A third one is in. The Raider Rock Gym erupts as Jaquez Dickerson says, the third time is the charm plus the foul. Dickerson trying to go for a three-point play here as he steps to the line. With 3:15 to go in overtime, you are listening to some great basketball on the Riverdale Raiders broadcast network. Dickerson is dribbling the ball now. Squares in, sets up, scores. Three-point play is up on the board, and the Raiders are up by 3, 53-50. It's Mitchell, outer, and three. Nope. That was attempted by Girardi from the left key, and it bounces off the rim. Down low, Maliver going for a three. Nope, that's too far ahead as well. Both teams trying to go long, and that may not be the key here for OT. This is going to be Coach Jones calling the timeout here. It's going to be a 1-minute timeout for both teams. All right, so a few more extra moments to work with here for the Raiders. Boy, fans coming up with a Raiders chant. Now, this is one heck of a way to end the home regular season schedule. Right here in your own home, you have the fans cheering you on, but there's pressure. And you have a lot of obstacles in your way. When it comes to the offense for Labelle, it's been Marcellus Mitchell. He's been the offensive attacker of the game for Labelle. Jacob Tracy, outer, and trying to go for Dean Wilson. Tries to calculate his three-pointer quickly. Thinks it's not worth it. So he's going to go out to midcourt where Malivert's standing. And there's your stoppage of play. With 2:38 left in OT, there's a foul on the way from Labelle. So coming up to the line is the senior Daniel Malivert. It's senior night, so let's see if he can try to keep this lead going. First shot's not going to happen. another one on the way, and he rings it through. So that time it's Maliver going 1 for 2. Right side, it's going to be Hernandez. Down the middle at the point, Denelson Cassius. Deep into the corner. To the key now, it's Lopez. Going all around the world here. Shot is going to ring good from Marcellus Mitchell. Like I said, he's been a big threat here to the Raiders defense. Now cruising in is Maliver once again, guarded by Mitchell. I've been saying Marcellus Mitchell's name all night long. It's not going to stop here in OT as the 2-pointers tipped in by Jacquez Dickerson. Less than 10 minutes to go. Raiders up by 4. Mitchell barely slips a pass through. Going to, oh my goodness, it's tipped over. David Johnston drop pass. And there's another whistle. Raiders are irritated here at this. Some of the fans are as well. Labelle's going to have the ball overturned into their favor with 1:41 to work with. Some of the fans starting to rise to their feet here in the crowd. It's going to be crazy in these next couple of moments as the Raiders fight to retain the lead. It's Mitchell at the left side. High up at the key, moving down the middle. Left side to Hernandez, back up to Mitchell. Mitchell. Now in the paint, back outside to Hernandez. He's too crowded. It's back to Marcellus once again. Now to Cassius. Ring it up. No. Attempt from Lopez going for 3 goes horribly wrong. And the Raiders in control again. Jacquez Dickerson outside. Maliver, right corner. Cross feed. Tip completed by the Raiders. They still have it. Barely. David Johnson. Left side to Wilson, going for the jumper, no. Comes right back down, but not from the net. Right side again, no, that hobbles wide. Another big 3-point attempt from Enrique Hernandez is going to be unsuccessful. 45.4 left now in OT. Anything can happen, but for the Raiders, if they really want to feel good here and add some confidence, they're up by 2 drives. One more timeout here for the Raiders. So the Raiders are going to have to really show some heart here, waste some time off the clock, and at this point I really do feel like the defense is key. I mean, 45 seconds left. Let's see what they can do. It's going to be a long 45 seconds, so I'll tell you that. As long as the Riverdale Raiders keep up this lead, I'm sure there are going to be constant fouls from Labelle. We'll see how that goes. There's still 23 seconds left good on the timeout, but some Labelle players have already filed out onto the court. Fans loving this match, you can tell it already. All right, Raiders back out with 45.4 left to go. It's going to be Jacquez Dickerson hurling it back in. Raiders moving from left to right in their overtime quarter. Yep, it's the Raiders from left to right and Labelle from right to left. There's going to be another foul as Dickerson steps up to the line. And that's what I was saying about the fouls there for Labelle. When a team is down in the final moments of a ball game, it's the wise thing to do. Foul your opponent because it freezes up the clock and it'll give you more opportunities with the ball if all goes right. But the downside to it is that the other team is going to get the free throw opportunities. And those are some great ways to keep the lead out of the grasp of a team. Opening shot from Dickerson is going to be wide right. Dickerson up and through. 57-52 Raiders. 39 seconds left in OT. It's Mitchell. Mitchell left side, high up at the key. Trying to sneak his way in further outside to Hernandez, going large, and it's taken away
by Dickerson plus the foul with 27.9 left on the clock. So we'll bring it down the opposite end of the court off to the right side of my broadcast position where the Raiders are going to be shooting this extra point. It's going to be, once again, Jaquez Dickerson. Oh, this one goes around the rim a bit, but spills out to the left. Well, tonight we've really got to see how fast the game of basketball really can be. How exhilarating and stressful it can be at times as well. As you're going to see Jaquez Dickerson goes 1 for 2 there. Buries the second shot, but misses the first. 19 seconds left. 3 is good, but once again, they're standing on the line. That seems to be throwing me off an awful lot tonight. That was Jordan Lopez off to the right side, once again standing on that line. And good news for the Raiders, that was only a pair of points. So it's 58-54 Raiders, and another timeout. That's going to be going to Labelle. Raiders, after this timeout, they'll grab control of the ball, and then after that, they're just going to have to do whatever they can to waste off the time. Right now, they're up by 4 once again, 2 possessions, so. Right now, Raiders just doing whatever they can to milk out the time remaining in this timeout. 17 seconds now left. And out come the Raiders. Here we go, folks. 17.4 left. Buckle up. Here it comes. It's going to be the Raiders in possession. Jaquez Dickerson throwing it back in to Maliver, and he's going to be touched up right away by Denelson Cassius. So Malvern stepping up again for some free shots and some more great ways to keep this game out of the hands of Labelle. Shot number 1 is nothing but net. You see Marcellus Mitchell coming out onto the court once again after a little bit of a break on the bench. You have Jordan Lopez coming out there along with Angel Vargas. The next one is going to be spiked, and there are the Raiders with another great possession that time. It went off the hands of a Labelle player, so the Raiders have it again. 5-point lead, 14.9 left. A lot has to go good for Labelle in just a short amount of time, so Raiders most likely have this one in the bag, but never say never. Dean Wilson, right corner, bringing it high up. And there's your blown stop with 8.7 left. And you have a Raider player coming up to the line again. This time it's going to be none other than Dean Wilson. Wilson's shot trickles out. He slowly prepares for a second windup here. If he misses it, that will waste a few extra moments off the clock. It spirals out. Here comes Labelle down the remainder of the court with 4 seconds left. 3-pointer is through. And let's see where that came from. It was none other than Jordan Lopez. He has been all over that key tonight, putting up some damage. And there he is with another clutch long 3 from the right key. Nice rhyme there, but now as a result of that nice play, Raiders are up by only 2 points with 2 seconds left. So 1 minute timeout coming on the way for the Cowboys. They do have 1 timeout left. So let's see what happens here. It has to be a miracle for Labelle to put in a
at least a bucket here with 2 seconds left, not to mention the Raiders have the ball, so it's definitely not impossible, but I think for the most part, if the Raiders make a smart decision here coming out of this timeout, they have this ball game. Here we go, it's Malivert tossing it back in, trying to find Tracy, fakes it out, Jaquez Dickerson, time runs out. There it is, the Riverdale Raiders boys varsity basketball team defeats the Labelle Cowboys in what has been another one of those nerve-wracking ball games. Coach Jones has a smile on his face, he's very happy at the outcome. Like I said, there's been plenty of mistakes in this game made by both teams, but overall, he's very happy. Raiders just came out with a win here on senior night. It always does give a good feeling to those seniors when they come out with a win. Once again, 59-57 is your final score. Raiders win in overtime. Live from the Raider Rock Gym on the campus of Riverdale High School as a result of the win. Raiders are going to advance up to 12-10 on the season. Labelle goes down to 12-11. Raiders' next game, once again, going to be on the road on Thursday, January 28th at the North Fort Myers Red Knights, 5-13. And when it comes to districts, that is currently to be determined, so it might happen, or maybe it won't. That, once again, to be announced, so this very well may be the last time that we have a broadcast here for the 2015-16 season for boys varsity basketball action. So if that is the case, we'd like to say thank you for tuning in to tonight's great game against Labelle, and the win makes it even all the better. But thank you for tuning in throughout the regular season for our home game broadcast. I highly appreciate it. Raiders once again winning 59-57. Coach Jones leaving happy with his team, heading into North Fort Myers on Thursday. I'd like to thank Coach Jones for allowing me to do these broadcasts throughout the home games of the 2015-16 regular season, as well as Riverdale High School for giving me this great privilege. It really has been fun this basketball season, but for districts, may happen, maybe it won't. That's to be determined. But for now, this is Nick Rush saying so long from the Raider Rock Gym on the campus of Riverdale High School. One last time, it's 59-57. Raiders defeat the Labelle Cowboys. Have a good night, everybody.